Once they're a freshman in your program or they're,
Yeah.
starting in your program, what's the biggest tip for success then? Now they're suddenly thrown into the real world as, like you said, an 18-year-old, kind of maybe not having experienced these kind of things before. What is your tip for success for that athlete?
Yeah. A conversation I have with freshmen every year: be okay with being bad.
Mhm.
You're going to come in and you've been a star your entire life. That's how you got here. All right. You've always been one of the best athletes in your team. Well, guess what? You're a freshman. All right. And you're going to be bad at a lot of things now. You're going to be bad at what our game day, we're game day national champion, right? You're not going to come in and be able to do the motion standards that we have for game day, right? You're going to be
Uh-huh.
bad at that. You're going to come in and you're learning college pyramids for the first time. They weren't legal at the high school level. It's all new. You're going to be bad at that. All right. You're going to be stunting in a new environment with new people who maybe stunt a little bit different with their technique. And you might be a little bit bad at that. Be okay with that. Where I find a lot of people have a hard time making that adjustment because they've always been so good and they've always found
Mhm.
so much of their identity and their worth and their talent. And now you got to flip that. All right. You suck. All right. You suck for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's okay to suck a little
Yeah.
bit. All right. That's how we
Yeah.
get better. I was like, you're
Absolutely.
not going to be bad forever. I was like, you're just going to be bad for a little while. And you have to mentally be okay with that, because when you mentally accept that I'm not the best at this right now, then you allow yourself to mentally start to learn. But
Mhm.
we start to sometimes get these kids who are when they realize they're not good at something, they either avoid it or they get very in their feelings about receiving feedback on it,
Mhm.
because that's where their identity has been for so long.